Okay, I'm back. I talked on another video about the sun shells in a 4L60E. Well, I came across one that's kind of noteworthy of me making a point about what you can do and probably what you shouldn't do inside of a 4L60. Well, here's one of them. This is a shell that I took out that's been welded up, and I'm going to point out why you can't do this. Okay, here's a 4L60 sun shell, and to look at it, you're like, okay, what's wrong? Well, here's what's wrong. This guy decided to weld the rear sun gear, the sun shell gear, up to the sun shell. See that? See that mess? Okay, and here it is welded inside. And they ground it down so the bushing, or actually the washer or the roller, won't be interfered. But here's the problem with this. There's no way to center this thing onto this gear just right, because it's going to wobble. It'll wobble like this, you know. It'll do like this on the gear itself. So when you go to weld it up, there's no way to get that true. So as this thing is spinning inside the transmission, it's wobbling just ever so slightly, and it's going to create fatigue and wear on other components. So this is a big no-no. Do not do this. If this was the solution to the sun shells breaking or stripping out or wearing, the OEs would have done it, and other companies, reputable companies like Sonex, would have been offering a drum this way, or a shell this way, excuse me. They don't offer it because that's not the way it needs to be done. So that's some sun shell tech again, but that gear is not made to be welded up to that sun shell. People have done in the past, I know they have, but there's no way to get it laser straight and trued up. Yeah, it slides down on that snap ring and it locates it, but it's not designed as a reference to keep it in place permanently. And you know, also, just things vibrate. The washer that goes down inside that thing, it can take a chance on being ground up, because if the shell is out of balance slightly, it's going to wear on a contact area of that, so that's not good. And making it a permanent fixture is not good anyway, because the shell is still weak in that area. If anything, you've made it weaker because you've added heat to it. So just remember, you know, just watch a guy that puts that kind of stuff in your transmission. It's not necessarily going to fix any problem, maybe create some. And that's also why it's on my bench, because I did not reinstall it. The guys who do that, I'm not hip to it. But hey, that's their prerogative, not busting on anybody. Remember, I'm an honest man trying to run an honest business.